This week, your Houston Texans take on the New England Patriots here in Houston. Now, this Patriots team isn't your typical Patriots team that you've kind of grown to hate over the past 20 years. This Patriots team, they're 4-5. Usually at this point in the season, the Patriots were usually like 7-2, 8-1, 9-0, But right now they're sitting at a 4-5 record, and they're currently on the outside, and I mean outside. Like, they're probably not going to make the playoffs type of team, But last week the Patriots did get a pretty big win, a pretty important win, a win against the at the time 6-2 Baltimore Ravens. Honestly, they got a win that not many people were expecting them to get. I mean, I feel like most people were expecting the Ravens to win that game, but I mean, hey, the rain might have played a factor, the weather, but nonetheless, they got the job done. So maybe this Patriots team is turning a corner. Like, maybe they're just now hitting stride, and they might go on a little win streak and maybe sneak into the playoffs as the 7th seed, or possibly the 8th seed if the NFL does decide to expand the playoffs yet again. So this Patriots team, although not as good as previous Patriots teams like with Tom Brady, and obviously their defense is something to talk about. In years past, previous 2 years, their defense has been I guess their strong point of their team. Well, this year I feel like that is still true for the Patriots. I feel like their defense is still the better part of their team, but it's just simply not as good as it was in years past. A lot of players opted out, Chung opted out, Hightower opted out, what's his name? Stephon Gilmore, he's been hurt. Kyle Van Noy went down to Miami. So, they've lost some players, some key players that they've previously had on that team. So, obviously, when you lose key players, your team isn't going to be as good anymore. So, yeah, their defense still good, not as good as it once was. Their offense, though, that offense is downright awful. It is terrible. I mean, all they really do is run the ball, and not even in that of an efficient way. Cam Newton, I believe, had 11 carries for 29 yards against the Ravens on Monday night, or something awful around those lines. Their passing game is non-existent. Cam Newton really has no one to throw to, and honestly, although early on, the first 2 weeks, it kind of looked like Cam Newton was back. Well, it's looking like Cam Newton is done in a way. He's not throwing the football efficiently. He's not throwing it effectively either. Maybe it is the lack of weapons. Maybe it's not. So, I don't know, man. We'll see. We'll see. But I mean, I still like Cam Newton. He's a fun dude. He seems like a good guy. But yeah, this Patriots team is not as good as it previously was in years past. So they're actually beatable. The Texans actually stand a chance. So with that being said, let's get into these matchups now. Starting off with the Patriots offense versus the Texans defense. We already know the Texans defense is god awful. The Patriots offense is god awful. Something has to give, And honestly, I don't see the Patriots being able to get a passing game going against the Texans defense. I really, really don't. I just don't see it happening. Even though Vernon Hargreaves and Phillip Gaines, even though they're terrible, even though Justin Reed isn't having that good of a season, even though the linebackers aren't so great in coverage, I still don't see Cam Newton being able to have much success throwing the football. However, you guys know how it goes with the run game. The Patriots will be able to run the ball all day long against the Texans. Like, straight up, man. Whether it's going to be, Rex Burkhead or Harris or even Cam Newton keeping it himself, like, I do not trust Whitney Mercilus. And, well, just Whitney Mercilus, because Brendan Scarlett, he's on IR. So I guess that means Jacob Martin starts now, so we'll see how Jacob Martin does. But I don't trust Whitney Mercilus being able to set the edge. I think the Patriots will be able to run the ball with ease. And for whatever reason, whenever the Texans play Cam Newton, like, has success against the Texans, like, every single time, whether it's running or passing. However, this time I think the success that Cam Newton gets will be running the ball. I think the Patriots will mix up a bunch of, like, read options and stuff like that to really confuse the Texans, get Whitney Mercilus to bite, and, the edge isn't going to be set, so the Patriots will be able to run the ball all over the Texans. And another thing about the Patriots offense, the Patriots picked up former Texans tight end Jordan Thomas, so you already know that Belichick has to find a way to cheat, I guess, even though that's not cheating, but he has to find a way to get the upper hand. So, yeah, I feel like, Jordan Thomas is going to help them out a bit. He's been with this team for quite a while already, 3 years? Or he was here for like 3 years. Well, I guess 2 years because he got cut before the season started. So, yeah, I think the Patriots will have success against the Texans in the run game. I don't think this Texans run defense can stop anyone. So, yeah. Now let's flip it over to the Texans offense versus the Patriots defense. Now, the Patriots defense, they struggle to get pass rush. Like, they simply cannot get pass rush. So, I do feel like Deshaun Watson will be able to throw the ball all day long, and he will have to throw the ball all day long because the Texans, they do not have a run game. Like, I don't care. Like, the Patriots defense, their run defense, they could be ranked 32nd in the league. Well, 31st because the Texans are 32nd in the league. They could be ranked 31st in the league, and I still would have no faith in the Texans being able to run the ball against the Patriots. That's how bad the Texans' run game is. Last week against the Browns, they started implementing some Deshaun Watson runs. So maybe they do that again this week to help the running game a little bit. But again, like, Deshaun Watson being involved in design quarterback runs, that doesn't really move the needle much for me, because he can't do that 20 times a game, You just can't. You can only do it like 4, 5, 6 times a game most, so him getting an extra 6 carries, say, isn't going to make that huge of a difference, especially considering how bad the Texans' run game is. So, yeah, the Texans' run game will be non-existent. Now, the Texans' passing game, Will Fuller, Brandon Cooks, Randall Cobb, Kenny Stills, the tight ends, Duke Johnson out of the backfield, hopefully some more. I think Deshaun Watson will have some success, but like not great, outstanding success, because I do feel like the Patriots have the DBs to contain the Texans' deep passing attack. So I feel like Watson's going to have to be patient and, get the ball underneath to his receivers. And I feel like he's really done a good job of doing that this year. I mean, you've seen it with Randall Cobb. He's been open for 5-yard little gains and he dumps it down. So Watson's definitely been better in that regard. But the fact that there's no pressure, because the Patriots can't get pressure that well, I feel like it's going to be one of those games where Deshaun Watson's going to hold on to the ball for way too long, and we're going to be like, Deshaun, throw the ball, Deshaun, throw the ball away, and then he's going to get sacked. I feel like we're going to have 2 or 3 of those situations, so I feel like the Patriots will do good in coverage, and, the pass rush will eventually get there because of Watson holding on to the ball. So, yeah, I do think he will find some success, but I don't think he's going to explode and completely shred the Patriots how he's been doing to, other teams this year. So I just do not see that happening. So the keys to the game, to me, it's simply this. 2 of them. 1 on defense, 1 on offense. On defense, stop the run, man. Just stop it. Run commit. Run commit because the Patriots do not have any good receivers. Cam Newton hasn't been throwing the ball well this year. He's been struggling. So if you run commit and you commit to stopping the run and you make Cam Newton beat you with his arm, you have a very, very good chance at winning this game. Now, offensively, with Watson, just be patient, man. Take what they're giving you. You know, if they're making you drive down the field with 14, 15 plays, do it, man. Do it. Don't try to hit the home run and get a one-play touchdown. Now, if it's there, obviously take it, but the odds of it being there, I don't think so, because Bill Belichick tends to take away what you do best, and what the Texans do best is the deep passing game. So the deep passing game is probably not going to be there, so Watson's going to have to be patient and throw the ball underneath. Now, my prediction for this game is I am going 24-20. Patriots win. I do not see the Texans winning this game. I think the defense is going to let them down again. I mean, 20 points, I know it's not much, but going up against a pretty good defense with no run game, a defense that takes away your deep passing attack, you know, like I do not see it ending well for the Texans offense and the defense. I think, you know, they might start off well, kind of like last week against Cleveland, but they're going to end up breaking at the end due to the offense's inability to punch it in, I guess you could say. So, yeah, those are my predictions for the week, or my prediction for this Texans-Patriots game. Comment down below your own prediction for this game. And, yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.